You add that to some of the geological problems, the immediate issues that we're facing, right?
Okay.
And some of the celestial issues that we're facing.
Yes.
We have a collection of problems right now. But personally, I'm not worried about anything. If we can make it through 2025, it'll be a blessing. It will. Because I know that everybody is not going to make it through 2025.
Okay,
I know for a fact they will not.
Let's talk about that, because I heard where you mentioned about two bodies. There's two heavenly bodies, and the reason we haven't seen them or we don't know about them is because of the planet.
One is a void, and one is entirely too cold by way of in comparison with everything else out there.
Okay, the planet X or nibiru.
And a void.
What's the void?
Well, a void is just destruction itself. That's what a void is. A void is it is just destruction. It's not going to follow a preordained path. It's going to disrupt the asteroid belt, and we're going to have some issues. And by the way, we've already got something within this is estimation, but I think 3 months that is supposed to hit the asteroid belt within a 3-month period, right?
What?
It'll hit the asteroid belt. Now, if it hits the asteroid belt, all bets are off. There are things that if people knew, they would fall apart. Put it that way. And we're going to see that manifestation in February, part of it. Okay. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, because without a warning, it doesn't exist. And then when it happens, it's not like it just happened overnight. My issue is that some of these events, there is no warning, because the warning that people are looking for, they've already had the warning.
When I think about what you've talked about, okay, so can we talk about what's causing all this? I mean, is this planet X, is this situation causing the sun to do these incredible things that's affecting the earth? It's prophecy. Is that what's happening, Mike? Or is there more to it than just planet X? I got a thing here today. They're expecting to see it with the new telescope this summer.
Yeah, I read a dissertation, passed all the reasoning behind certain ambitions trying to find planet X is because they cannot explain the activity of the sun. Right?
So, yeah, they can't.
They cannot explain it. They cannot explain the weather phenomena on the earth and what's happening to the tilt of the earth. They cannot explain it. They cannot explain the tilt of Saturn and Jupiter and Mercury and Mars and Venus and all these other. Our whole solar system is going, it's going haywire.
Right.
But it is prophecy.
So,
right?
So, Mike, are you serious? That we're seeing the prophecies of the Bible. Jesus, you quoted, Mark 13. We got Matthew 24. We got Luke 21. We can go over into, we can read Isaiah 24. The earth's going to reel and rock like a drunkard. Pole shifts. Mike, you've been talking about it. Pole shifts. I mean, is this all because I know the Christ is coming. I mean, ultimately, he said we'd have birthing pains, but scientifically, there's reasons for it, right? I mean,
yeah. I think he showed us that in Revelation, when you couldn't see a third of the stars. How can somebody not see a third of the stars and a third of the moon and a third of the sun and a third of the day is gone? That only happens if something is in between Earth and everything else. So something in Revelation positions itself in the sky that we can only see, that a third part of it is blacked out.
That's right. That's right.
A third part of the sun is blacked out. Something is in between the Earth and everything else. And that just so happened, that's when the bottomless pit is open, when that thing is up there. That's when the bottomless. Now, do we have potentials of these things happening this year? You better believe it. There's always a potential of that happening, because there are things out. For example, they just found a very bad thing too close to our solar system. It's called a magnetar. Nobody wants a magnetar close to the solar system.
No. No.
Nobody. That will just that is, you're talking about some terrible destructive power, right? It's getting, the strangeness past all is getting so bad. There's a whole lot more to come. If something hits the asteroid belt, nothing is going to keep its orbit. Everything is going to be shifted coming into our solar system.
What is going to hit the asteroid belt? What are you talking? A nibiru?
Within the next 3 months. something is going to hit the asteroid belt within a 3-month period. We're going to have an impact with the asteroid belt. When that happens, there are going to be too many. There are going to be too many different rocks all over the place, and then that's going to set, some things in motion that nobody expected. But within a 3-month period, we'll see that event.
Okay,
there's pretty high confidence of that. Pretty high confidence.
Now we've not heard about this, Mike. This is new.
No, you're not going to hear about that.
Is this the Kuiper belt that's going to get hit with whatever this interstellar entity that's going to hit it, or? Well,
I assume with these ring rocks in our solar system and around it, due to its trajectory, if it hits the asteroid belt, right? If it hits it, it's coming in at a pretty shallow angle, which means it will likely hit. It may hit more than one. If it hits one of the outer belts, it will certainly disturb everything else on the inside, right?
Okay.
So either way, it's going to cause some problems, and it's not by itself, right? I doubt if you see anything like that published.
No,
but I guarantee you there will be some surprise, some unexpected things.
Well, a series of brilliant fireball meteors have been visible over Ohio over the past 10 days. The count now up to a half a dozen. That all started with the big boom on March 17th, early in the morning, with that 7-ton asteroid that exploded over the sky.
Мы снижаемся точно, мы же точно на уровне волков. Летаем в пещере. Мы снижаемся точно, мы же точно на уровне волков.
Просто за окном все красное, да, Юра? Все люди так переглядываются.
О, мам, посмотри, светлее.
Bill C-9 was passed in the Senate yesterday, and Canada, as we know it, is gone. Welcome back to Wake Up Canada News. I'm Brad Wilder. This next article comes from Mark Millett. As friends and family alike have packed up and literally fled Canada, and others quietly explore their options, Bill C-9 was passed by the Senate, another useless waste of Canadian tax dollars. Now, despite the attempts to downplay this bill, the Liberals know full well it'll be used to silence Christians on moral issues and independent broadcasters. Now that, in fact, is the point. You see, Culture Minister Mark Miller said back on December 2nd, 2025, and I quote, that he doesn't think people should be using the Bible, the Quran, or the Torah to escape from committing a hate crime or claim that what would otherwise be a hate crime is done in the name of religious text. Of course, it'll be the liberals who determine what defines hate now. And we already know where that's going with their pro-abortion, pro-transgender, pro-anything-goes agenda. Thus, Canada as we know it is gone. This is not hyperbole. Flooded with immigrants / temporary foreign workers and governed by control-freak liberals, the future of this country is set. It's no wonder Albertans are coming out by the hundreds of thousands to support a move towards independence. It's not because they want to leave Canada per se, but actually to preserve it within our borders, the Canada we once knew. Thanks for watching Wake Up Canada News. Please like, share, and follow us on any of your favorite socials, including Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and our website at wakeupcanadanews.com, where you can also get the extra articles that didn't make our newscast. Till next time, remember you're the voice, and it's time to make it count. I'm Brad Weiler. I'll see you real soon.
The entire country could be taken out in one night.
President Trump doubles down on comments he made about striking Iran if the Strait of Hormuz is not reopened. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again, Trump wrote on Truth Social. He says he has proposed a deal to end the war and is giving Iran until 8 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday night to accept. His post follows threats he made Monday, telling reporters how an American attack would devastate the country.
They're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages, yeah.
In his post on Tuesday, he added, "I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight." Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister has asked the country's youth to form a human chain around the targets mentioned by Trump, power plants. The clock is ticking, and the world is watching. For Inside Edition.
Now, right now, we're mostly seeing smoke and the damage, but earlier Sky 5 was also overhead, and you can see some of the flames, the scope of what firefighters once again have been dealing with out here. Massive flames and heavy smoke were seen coming from the roof of the building, completely engulfing it shortly after the fire broke out this morning. Now, the Ontario Fire Department, they say they responded around 12:30 a.m. to this warehouse for Kimberly-Clark, which is located on the 4800 block of South Hellman Avenue. Officials say the first units on scene were met with what appeared to be a small fire being contained by the sprinkler system. As they began to investigate, things quickly changed, and the fire spread rapidly, forcing firefighters to leave the warehouse and go into defensive mode.
Former colleague of yours, Matt Gaetz, making some pretty shocking statements yesterday about aliens. Take a look.
I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. Aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants.
All right. I mean, I don't have the tinfoil hat on just yet, Congressman, but I'm wondering, kind of how you react to that, because you are connected. You're on the UFO subcommittee. I mean, I'm just wondering what you make of that. Have you heard anything like that?
Well, I'm still a member of Congress, so I can't really comment too much on what Matt said. But I will say this.
Wait, seriously? Are you being serious, or is that tongue in cheek?
I'm being 100% serious. Okay. I've been 100% serious. I've been briefed by just about every alphabet agency there is. And I'll just tell you this. If they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up. You'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff. We just need to disclose it all. I'm sick of it. Well, I was briefed. I'll just tell you this. I was briefed last week on an issue, 2 weeks ago. And it would have set the earth on this this country would have come unglued, I think, if they would have heard all that I heard. They would demand answers, and we need to. But it's never going to get. Unfortunately, it just keeps getting covered up, and the people that know are dying or disappearing, as the case may be.
Wow.
And for the record, I'm not suicidal, and I don't take risks. So,
I'm glad you said that. I'm speechless, Congressman. We will have you back.
You should be. And I told the president, release it all. And the problem is the people that are around the president don't know and the president doesn't know the questions to ask. A few of us are going to have to get with the president and tell him what he needs to ask and where he needs to look. I mean, we're in meetings and they give addresses and tell locations of items, I'll just say. And the public has a right to know, dadgummit. It's your tax dollars.
Absolutely.
Let's get it out there.
You got my attention, Congressman. I appreciate you being as forthcoming as you have been tonight. And we look forward to having you back. Look, I know Donald Trump wants to disclose something. He hasn't done it yet, but I think he wants to be the president to do that. Tim Burke.
Καλημέρα και πάλι από την Θεσσαλονίκη. Ξυπνήσαμε και ο θερμαϊκός δεν είναι μπλε. Έχει κοκκινήσει, όπως μπορείτε να δείτε, με τη βοήθεια του Στάθη Ρωσόλυμου, και είναι το φαινόμενο της ερυθράς παλήρειας. Είναι το φαινόμενο του ευτροφισμού. Έχουμε αποσύνθεση των φυκιών. Επειδή ο θερμαϊκός είναι κλειστός κόλπος και αρκετά βαθύς, όταν δεν φυσάει βαρδάρης, δεν προλαβαίνουν τα νερά να γίνει ανανέωση των νερών, με αποτέλεσμα να δημιουργείται αυτό εδώ το φαινόμενο, το οποίο αισθητικά δεν είναι καθόλου όμορφο, ενώ υπάρχει και μια έντονη δυσοσμία αυτή την ώρα στον θερμαϊκό.
Μυρίζει κιόλα.
Άσχημο να το βλέπεις. Ναι, αυτό ακριβώς. Και ενώ αυτό το φαινόμενο παρουσιαζόταν 2 φορές το χρόνο, πλέον λόγω και της κλιματικής αλλαγής εμφανίζεται περισσότερες φορές, κυρίως ώρες μεσημεριού που ανεβαίνει και η θερμοκρασία.
Μα ανεβαίνει τώρα, Τίμω, η θερμοκρασία ή τώρα έχει κρύο ακόμα?
Ο θερμαϊκός.
Εγώ εντυπωσιάζομαι και την νόμιζα ότι πραγματικά ότι θέλει ζέστη για να γίνει αυτό.
Όχι πάρα πολύ ζέστη, έχει ανέβει η θερμοκρασία, έχει βγει ο ήλιος και οπότε και το φαινόμενο ξεδιπλώνεται. Θα κρατήσει 2 με 3 εβδομάδες σύμφωνα με τους επιστήμονες, και αρκετός είναι ο κόσμος που σταματά και παρατηρεί αυτό το φαινόμενο. Αρκετοί δεν το ξέρουν, ιδίως οι επισκέπτες και οι τουρίστες, και ρωτούν γιατί είναι κόκκινος ο θερμαϊκός.
Λογική ερώτηση. Ωραία, ευχαριστούμε πολύ, Τίμω.
Hell no. Somebody else got to see this. I need y'all to check this out. I'm at work, walking, cleaning the lot. Some shit fell out the sky, and it was moving on the ground, and this shit just evaporated. I don't know what the hell it was, but when I walked up, this is what the fuck I see. Somebody, anybody, tell me what this is. What the hell is this? Watch this. What the fuck is this? Whoa, this shit would fell on me out the air. What the fuck is this? That shit, if wherever it was, this is what it turned to when they hit the ground. Some mush. What the hell? Lord help us.
When I pick my passengers up, I let them talk. And if it involves me, I'm going to jump in it. This one didn't involve me. This is that one time I'll jump right in on the conversation. And I think y'all might want to stick around and hear this motherfucker through. I picked up an elderly white couple in their mid to late 70s. Well, the fuck to do. When I say well to do, we ain't talking hundreds of thousands. I'm pretty sure in the upper millions. Trust me on this shit here. They were here in New Orleans, conducting business. In other words, getting rid of businesses that they own. Finalizing that shit. On their way to California. I just dropped them off the airport. to finalize the last properties they own in this country. How do I know? They on there talking to their daughter. She's in London on her way to Canada to dispose of whatever business they got going on out there. So now Unc is a little curious. I'm curious as a motherfucker. So I just asked and listen, I don't want to get in y'all business, but is something going on? I said, I know we talking about the war and all of this, and I hear y'all flying around getting rid of stuff. The wife didn't say nothing, but she looked at her husband, he looked at her. The man told me, he said, listen, all I can tell you is this here. Just get you and your family together. I said, sir, listen, I hear this on TikTok. I hear it all the time. I said, I know prices are going high. That man said, this ain't got nothing to do with prices. Just get your families in line. If you can, try to put things together to manage at least a minimum of 6 months to take care of you and your family. So I said, is it going to be that serious? That man told me, what's your worst nightmare? What's the worst thing you ever thought could happen to you? I said, well, I can't think offhand. He said, anything that you ever thought was the worst could happen to you, put that 10 times that amount. He said, listen, I don't tell you these things to scare you. And I don't want you to be afraid because there's no reason to be afraid. What's going to happen is going to happen. Now, I'm listening to this man telling me this shit. And he said, but, since you asked, just get you and your family in line. So, I'm telling everybody out here, some shit is going on. Because these people here, trust and believe me, if y'all would have saw them, you know I'm not bullshitting about these. These motherfuckers is up there some fucking way. I don't know what the fuck they do. But I do know they getting rid of shit for a reason. And when that man told me a minimum of 6 months to get my shit lined up for that little time, guess what? A minimum of 2 motherfucking years. My shit is going to be lined up. I don't give a fuck if you call me paranoid or hallucinating. I'm following motherfucking suit, and I think y'all need to do the same thing.
I think SoCal might be in some danger. I'm at my house in Laguna Beach right now, and there's full-on emergency, bomb warnings going off. What the f***?
This is a test of the city of Laguna Beach emergency siren warning system. Had this been an actual emergency, you would receive additional instructions to evacuate or...
Bro, I feel like we're in a futuristic movie because you can't see speakers anywhere, and the whole city has this whole alarm system going off. All right, this is, I think, all of our signs that we might be in a worse place than we think right now, just in terms of war and everything. I genuinely thought we were getting nuked.
I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games.
That was weird. Where are these speakers even coming from?
I know, that's what I'm wondering.
Emergency siren warning system. Had this been an actual emergency, you would receive additional instructions to evacuate or specific information about the emergency. This is a test of the city of Laguna Beach emergency siren warning system. Had this been an actual emergency, you would receive additional instructions to evacuate or specific information about the emergency. This is only a test.
This is some weird shit.
take a look at this video. This was from a couple in Brazil who captured this. They live in a rural area, and what they called a blue alien being showed up on their property. As you see in this image, what looks like a human figure with illumination covering its body. Just wait until the other pictures that he captured on his phone from this same incident. If you look, this light being at some point manifested into, I don't know if you want to say a shadow figure. I mean, it could even be a Sasquatch. We still don't understand Sasquatch and where it comes from, and if it's alien or if it's a dimensional being. But what this couple captured in Brazil is truly amazing. And as if that wasn't enough, he then shows the craft that they appeared on, that they came on or left. Now this is definitely, I would say, is not our technology or even our adversaries. What's going on in Brazil? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Unanswered Universe.
This video is absolutely incredible. Watch it multiple times, however many times you need to. Slow it down, pause it. And I have to tell you, I don't think this is AI. The footage comes from a couple of friends who were investigating initially what appeared to be lights in the sky, landed in a little desert area. So they went to investigate. And what they found, at first, they believed to be a gray alien. But as they were getting close to potentially grab it, something stands up, something taller. And this is where I don't believe this is AI. This may be some of the best footage ever captured of potential alien contact. Take a look at this, comment below, tell me what you think.
No hagan ruido, no hagan ruido, no hagan ruido. ¿Escuchas cómo lo hace? No hagan ruido, no hagan ruido. Escucha. No hagan ruido, no hagan ruido. ¡Ey, morro! Es uno de esos macetones. Es un macetón. Es un macetón. Hay que agarrarlo, güey. Es uno chiquito, güey. Es uno chiquito. Míralo. Miren, amigos. Mira, güey, sí lo estás agarrando, mames. Sí. Se está moviendo. Sí. Vente. No mames, güey. Mira, güey. No mames. Amigos, ¿cómo le hablamos a estos güeyes? No mames, ¿qué hacen? ¡Ey! ¡Ay, joder, su puta madre! Aguas atrás. No mames, vete a la verga, güey. ¿Qué es esa mamá? Esa mamá está más grande. ¿Qué es esa mamá? Está más grandota, está más grande. Se está moviendo. Se está moviendo. Sácate a la verga. Mira. No mames, pa. Ahí viene, pa. Estos güeyes. No mames, ¿qué hacen? ¡Ey! ¡Ay, joder, su puta madre! Aguas atrás. No mames, vete a la verga, güey. ¿Qué es esa mamá? Esa mamá está más grande. ¿Qué es esa mamá? Está más grandota, está más grande. Se está moviendo. Se está moviendo. Sácate. No hagan ruido. Escucha. No hagan ruido. ¡Ey, morro! Es uno de esos macetones. Es un macetón. Es un macetón. Hay que agarrarlo, güey. Es uno chiquito, güey. Míralo. Miren, amigos. Mira, güey, sí lo estás agarrando, mames. Sí. Se está moviendo. Sí. Vente. No mames, güey. Mira, güey. No mames. Amigos, ¿cómo le hablamos a estos güeyes? No mames, ¿qué hacen? ¡Ey! ¡Ay, joder, su puta madre! Aguas atrás. No mames, vete a la verga, güey. ¿Qué es esa mamá? Esa mamá está más grande. ¿Qué es esa mamá? Está más grandota, está más grande. Se está moviendo. Se está moviendo. Sácate a la verga. Mira, mira, mira. Ahí viene, pa. Estos güeyes. No mames, ¿qué hacen? Ay, hijo de su puta madre. No mames, vete a la verga, güey. ¿Qué es esa mamá? Esa mamá está más grande. ¿Qué es esa mamá? Está más grandota, está más grande.
Here in the U.S. tonight, and to this incredible sight seen in several states, a 7-ton meteor shooting across the sky. The sonic boom heard over multiple states. The meteor 6 feet in diameter, the ground shaking. Here's Rhiannon Alley tonight.
Tonight, NASA says this bright red fireball streaking through the sky, moving at 40,000 miles per hour and seen from at least 10 states, is a rare daylight meteor crashing into Earth.
What the was that?
The asteroid bursting through the Earth's atmosphere, sending loud sonic booms, rattling homes from Ohio to Kentucky. The blast so powerful it shook the ground, the rumbling registering on a seismograph.
It was just like a boom, like that.
The meteor seen just before 9 a.m. for barely 5 seconds, traveling more than 34 miles in the upper atmosphere before breaking apart above Medina, Ohio, and seen across the Northeast.
Anybody see or hear what blew up? Definitely too big for fireworks. We felt a shockwave. We're not sure what it is, but it was big.
NASA says the meteor, nearly 6 feet in diameter, weighing roughly 7 tons, lit up the sky. It was even spotted by a NOAA satellite in space, unleashing the same amount of energy as 250 tons of TNT.
This thing just broke apart violently, scattered fragments everywhere, and this explosion generated a shock wave or a pressure wave that traveled to the ground. And that's the explosions people saw.
Aisha Jones lives in Maple Heights outside Cleveland and had just put her small children down for a nap when she says her house shook.
I immediately thought that somebody ran into my house or something big had hit the house.
David, NASA says what makes this so uncommon is that it went over a populated area. And while 40,000 miles per hour is really fast for a human, it's actually slow for a meteor. David?
Yeah, it's all perspective. Imagine being one of those drivers today who we heard in that piece, Rhiannon. Thank you.
First of all, if you need medication of any kind, you better go out and buy all the medicines you can get, because in a few months they won't be available, because the petroleum industry has a big role to play in the production of pharmaceuticals. So that's my first piece of advice. And secondly, start thinking in terms of storing food and any other items that you think you may need, because as this war continues, and it's going to continue, the impact that I talked about earlier is going to be felt here. We've had it. But in the meantime, I think you just need to prepare for the worst here. And once the stock market figures out, or the investors, the people in New York that run the financial system, who are largely part of the problem for us, they're going to say, oh my God, and you're going to watch the stock market tank, and you're going to watch the cost of a barrel of oil go up to 200 and potentially all the way to 3. And all of that is going to bring everything inside the United States to a screeching halt.
your glory.